Welcome to Goshen Prepping. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to jump right into this. There's a news article you have to see because the ramifications of this are huge. From American Military News, U.S. senators issued satellite phones for emergency communications. And before we continue, I need to explain quickly the difference between a satellite phone and your regular cell phone. Your regular cell phone will often use satellites, but your cell phone connects to a tower down the road, in a town near you. And then from there, it can actually uplink to a satellite. However, satellite phones literally connect right to satellites way up above the ionosphere. So that way, if for some reason the grid goes down, cell phone towers go down, they actually have backup generators and batteries. If they still go down, the satellite phones will still work. At least 50 U.S. senators have been issued satellite phones to use during emergency situations. These satellite communications will ensure a redundant and secure means of communication during a disruptive event. Yep, that's what we're talking about right here. Adding that the phones will support security measures during an emergency that takes out communications in the United States. And that's exactly what's happening here if you're kind of reading between the lines, because if we see, like, for example, an EMP, your cell phones are not going to work. I mean, the cell phone itself may still function, but connecting to the towers, forget it. Even if actually the cell phone towers are working, they're going to shut down all non-essential communications, like yours and mine, and try to make it so first responders and everything can still connect. But they can't depend on this, so they're actually making satellite phones issued to senators to bypass this for redundancy. It's an advisory from DHS, Department of Homeland Security, said that the cell phones coordinate response and recovery efforts to remote areas where there's no landline or cellular telephone networks, or more importantly, where existing networks are damaged or overloaded during a natural disaster. Then the last part, or a man-made incident including potential chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, or explosive events. Well, let's add on a little bit of more insider information to help you understand what's happening here. When we talk about your cell phone, again, connecting to a tower, then to a satellite, the satellites that connect to your cell phone towers are different than the satellites for satellite phones. The satellites for your regular cell phones are actually in the ionosphere, as well as GPS too, mind you. So if there is some kind of high altitude nuclear explosion or EMP, the ionosphere is actually going to cause major devastations in those satellites. So expect to lose cell phone communications and GPS, which is also a very bad thing because we depend on it so much now. We'll talk about that more in a different video when basically I'll show you how to go back to old school navigation. So in other words, are they expecting something? Because when we look at the satellites for the satellite phones, they're actually much higher. We're talking about 18,000 miles. They're way up there. And even for that, it actually causes a lagging effect between the phone and the satellite when you call someone. But you know what? A lagging is better than no communication at all. As we're seeing lots and lots of saber rattling, as we're seeing drills in Houston for a nuclear event, I think this is simply just another step they're taking and preparing for what they're looking at as a inevitable attack on U.S. soil, or at least an EMP attack as well. Because if this happens, you and I, our cell phones will be out. However, the senators, especially when it comes to wartime, will be continuously in the loop and be able to use these satellite phones. Anyways, a little article that could have easily been brushed past, but it's something you have to see. Could indicate what's coming. Thank you for watching.